Welcome to Active Engagement Learning. We're two teachers in higher education that adore helping students and learn through fun and engaging methods. We're going to be working through each one of these through our series, but for today, let's work with self assessment. One of the trickier parts of teaching is balancing the emotional impact of the lesson. It seems easy, but I do not prescribe to the empty vessel theory. Students don't come to us blank and ready to learn. They, as all of us, sometimes come to us as a mess, and most are continually self judging or doubting. Self assessment is not absolute, it's about getting better, and it's important that they know that. As such, it's about reminding the student that if they have made mistakes, it's okay, but now it's time to fix them. It also means that we have to be vulnerable with ourselves and with them and admit that there's something wrong. So, this tool requires a lot of trust between the instructor and the student. It's also about being honest. Some students just aren't there yet. The instructor's job is more about building that relationship and allowing a student to be critical, yet understand themselves. So, how do we do this? On the practical side, seeing examples of mastery, compare and contrast. It's a good time to work with the student to identify points to strive to. There's also a time to underline words or phrases that are common, slang, or cliche, introduce them to the thesaurus, and have them practice new words within their field of knowledge. And lastly, this is probably the hardest, as they must learn to use words that are constructive with themselves and others, not just critical words, but also kind. Maybe use the sandwich technique. You'll find out very quickly who can take a compliment and who can't. This also might be something you work your way up to. First, be critical of something easy to build up the confidence and mastery, and then scaffold it up, building upon previous lessons and model behavior that you're looking to see. This might be a good opportunity for you to bring writing of your own to the class and be critical of it and walk through. Give them the idea on how to do this, not just why. So, how do you best implement? Small groups are best. It gives limited people. It gives them opportunity to act with a small number. It also allows you to know the relationship of the student. Don't pair students who haven't grasped constructive language with students who lack confidence in the subject matter. Put in some guardrails. Give them lists of words they can use. Specifics such as grammar, content, word usage, jargon, or process that they should be following. Start with themselves so they can gather how to treat others. And identify areas of improvement for the individual in the group. And use that to build upon future classes. The objectives of this type of assignment is to help the student improve their own ability of self-analysis, to think through thoughts or metacognition, and identify which students have a set of unrealistic or lower standards. And if they tell you that this is the teacher's job to evaluate others' work, remind them they'll be out of class sooner or later, and they'll have to be their own teacher. The big takeaways are remind them that it's only an evaluation, and it's about self-development and communication both to peers and themselves. Ultimately, it's about building a better relationship between themselves and the material emotionally, as much as practically, building that confidence and learning the next steps. So, homework. Read several pieces that you did years ago and grade it as an instructor. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. More than likely, how you speak to yourself will be how your students are speaking to themselves. It's a good opportunity for you to really bond with them.